Hi, Kurtz here, and this is Easy Access Math. And today we are going to talk about identifying a line on a graph from its equation. So you may be given an equation to a line. Now, first thing you need to do is put it into the standard form, y equals mx plus b. So I'm going to do that first. And once you do that, the number next to the x that will replace the m is your slope. Check if it's positive or negative. And the number plus or minus at the end is your y-intercept. Look closely at that number. Check if it's positive or negative, and know what that number is so we can pair it to a graph. So the first thing I'm going to do with my equation here, because it's not in the y equals format, y is not by itself, I'll solve for y. So I'll add 2x to both sides. I'll do the opposite sign. And that will leave me with 3y, these cancel, negative 2x, positive 2x, equals, I'll put my 2x first. They can't combine. I can't combine a number with a letter, so I'll just put them side by side with my x value first because it keeps it in this format, y equals mx plus b. I don't want 3y, so I'll divide everything here by 3. Now I have y by itself equals 2/3 x plus 9 divided by 3 is 3. Once I got y by itself, and I correctly solved for y, so you want to be careful with your signs. Over here, everything was, I was dividing by positives, and so it's a positive 3 here and a positive 2/3 x. But sign mistakes are the #1 error, so be careful when you're dividing by a negative or subtracting. It didn't happen here. So here we weren't dividing by negatives because it was a positive 3 here, dividing by positives, and this was a positive 2x that went to both sides, so it was positive divided by positive. Answer is positive. Signs can be really important here because it determines where your line is on the graph. My slope is a positive slope, and my y-intercept is a positive 3. Okay? I have a positive 2/3 slope and a positive 3 of a y-intercept. So I will look at my graph choices here, and you would have to pick, in this type of question, which graph fits this equation. Well, when we solved for y, and we got y equals mx plus b, the slope was 2/3, positive 2/3. Keep that positive in mind. It's important. If it's negative, it changes the graph. So know if your slope is positive or negative. And my y-intercept, very important, is positive 3. That's the point where the line passes through the y-axis. It passes through the point of positive 3. Well, this is not passing through positive, it's negative. It's going under the x-axis. So that's not it. I'm going to make an x there. That's wrong. This is a positive slope, though. I want you to know that. It's going up. We read graphs from left to right. This is going up from left to right. This is going up from left to right. It's positive. This is going down from left to right. It's negative. We don't want a negative slope because our slope here was positive. This is also going down from left to right. It's negative. Wrong, because we don't want a negative slope in this case. You might get an equation with a negative slope, so you want to know the difference. These two slopes are negative. From left to right, they're going down. Think of it like a business doing badly. Sales are down. Sales are down. These are negative slopes on the bottom here, the pink and the red. This green one's a positive slope. It's going up from left to right, but its y-intercept is a -4. It's down 4, and our y-intercept, when we worked it out, when we solve for y, that's what you need to do. You need to solve for y first, is a +3. Here's a +3 y-intercept, and the slope is positive. On most multiple choice graphs, you don't have to worry to pinpoint the exact slope, which we did get 2/3. If this was a show or work kind of test, you would have to come up with a slope of 2/3 and then graph the line yourself. But if you're identifying a line, the most important is to know the y-intercept, which here is +3, and the slope is positive, which is what we were looking for. This is correct. Now, before you could identify the graph, remember, you need to work out your equation in the y = mx + b format. And we have other videos for you to do that, videos on easy access math to identify the slope and the y-intercept. So you may want to watch those to practice the equation part, because you must do this first before you can identify the graph. Remember, your graphs, you want to look for two things: the positive or negative of the slope, positive slope, and where it crosses the y-axis. This is crossing at +3. 3 above the cross in the middle, which is called the origin. So that's +3, and that is what we were looking for.